Remember back before anybody was confirmed as Attorney General? Do you remember when I came on the air and I told you this? She's going to be, from what I'm told, normal. And we can't afford normal. The most important job, the most important nominee. Honestly, Attorney General might be more important than the presidency itself when you look at the levels of criminality and corruption inside of our government. The next Attorney General has to tear through the government like a blowtorch through butter to clean the criminals out of the government. And I have seen and heard nothing that lead me to believe Pam Bondi is going to be that one. Now, remember the Epstein client dust up? The Epstein client list. Everybody remembers this little bit when Pam Bondi went on Fox News. Now, I want you to listen specifically because remember, there's no such thing as a list. As I told you, there are boxes and boxes of files and names here and names there and names here. No one put all the names on an Excel spreadsheet, okay? The list, the client list, is not a thing that actually exists. There's a bunch of information out there. Pam Bondi was asked on Fox News about the list. The host asks about the list. Remember what she said?
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive.
What did that show? She didn't even know what was on her desk. She knew dang well there was no paper with a list, but she was asked by the host about the list. Did she correct him? Did she say what I just laid out for you right there? No. She said what he wanted to hear. She said what you wanted to hear. Now, more than anything, that reveals a mentality that is not ready to do what we just laid out needs to be done. Which brings me, of course, to this tidbit, which we already brought up from the Kate Miller podcast. Now, I just laid out the terror cells that have to be defunded and teared apart, and the deep state that must be thrown into prison. Does this sound to you like the person who was up to that task?
There's free speech, and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything. And that's across the aisle.
Hate speech is a communist term to police what you can say. We don't need the Attorney General of the United States of America doing the podcast circuit, sounding like an 18-year-old girl with no life experience, talking about targeting hate speech. Madam Attorney General, you have before you the task of saving the United States of America. Let me play it for you again. Does this sound like the pit bull who's going to carve communism out of our institutions, or does this sound like a 20-year-old congressional staffer doing her first ever hit in the podcast circuit? What in the name of everything is this?
There's free speech, and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything. And that's across the aisle.
What did you just say? Are you, what?
Please stop this in the name of a just, merciful God.
I can't even believe it's real. Oh, don't think that's the worst of it. She went right to Fox News and said this. Remember, Office Depot, somebody brought in a request for them to make a poster for Charlie Kirk. Some filthy communist who worked for Office Depot said he wouldn't do it. Office Depot, to their credit, promptly fired the person as soon as it was brought to their attention. But the Attorney General, who needs to be breaking apart terror cells, is interested in taking legal action.
That's horrific. It's free speech, but you shouldn't be employed anywhere if you're going to say that. And employers, you have an obligation to get rid of people. You need to look at people who are saying horrible things, and they shouldn't be working with you. Businesses cannot discriminate. If you want to go in and print posters with Charlie's pictures on them for a vigil, you have to let them do that. We can prosecute you for that. I have Harmeet Dillon right now in our civil rights unit looking at that immediately, that Office Depot had done that. We're looking at that.
We're going to start forcing businesses to do what we want. We rejected that when the communists did it, and I reject it now. Oh, I'm all for firing people, boycott them, bankrupt them. I don't need Attorney General Pam Bondi infiltrating Office Depot. I need her infiltrating Antifa. I need her to take apart the Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI combined. I don't need her worried about the office company selling staplers. What are we doing here? This is amateur hour crap, and there is too much at stake, and we cannot afford this. We cannot afford the Attorney General, the 60-year-old blonde who's going on 25, attempting to get more likes on Fox News. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. I need the nastiest, meanest, most capable attorney in the United States of America. Bring me the prosecutor who has taken apart the most complicated evil networks in this country, confirm them through the Senate, plant them in the chair, and that's what we need. This is not good enough, and we don't have time. Amateur hour has to stop now. Now. I am so disgusted because I am afraid. I am afraid that we are not going to do what needs to be done now, and that little communist pyramid is going to come fully to fruition. And it will if we don't do what needs to be done now.